All right. What's happening, man? Once again, using the terminology, we in the lab again.
Yeah.
It's me, I'm Greg J.
Anthony K.
Hey, man, we're going to talk a little bit today about humility, man. We're going to give you a little bit of insight from our personal lives, our personal experience about it.
Yeah.
And just some of our research and studies about it,
Right,
man.
right.
Humility.
But before we get started, hit that like button.
Yeah.
You know.
And
Hit the bell.
And
Go ahead.
and
Describe.
Subscribe, man. Don't
right.
forget the subscription,
Yeah.
man. The subscription is what keeps us alive, pumping and going, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but we like the likes, man. And most of all, man, we like you to respond to
Yeah.
what we're saying, man. We like you to tell us a little bit about what you think, man.
Yeah, hit us
We
on
like
the
you to
comment button.
give your opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah, hit us in the comment. That's
Right.
down below, man. Hit us down there, man.
Yeah.
And also, you know, where is it? Oh, right here, man. This is our website. Right here, go on the website if you like to, and
Leave a message.
Leave a message,
Yeah.
man. You know, see, you ain't even got to call in and be like, you know, you reach, step up at the sound of the tone, leave a message.
Yeah.
Beep, we said, man, you just go on and leave a message, man. But with that, once again, we gonna hit you right now with another banger out this month. You know, so just hold on this piece and all that stuff like that, man. But just come inside, man, and we're going to the thing about humility.
Right.
Come on in. All right, man. Like we always say, if you're there and we're here, evidently you came inside.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you
We're
wanna
back
hear-
again. We're back again.
You want
man.
to hear what we got to talk about, man? And we always talking about something.
It's
you know?
always something.
Something is going to be
Yeah.
said. Something here, something there is always going to be said, man. So we looking at the act of humility. Once again, you know, look. Oh, there it is again. Once again, right up there. That's the definition of humility.
Yeah.
You know, therefore, y'all can clearly see what the dictionary say about humility. You know, I just tell you, it's a state of being. You know, it's a humble place of being. You know, the one thing that we know more than anything about humility is because I have to learn to practice humility because of my defects
Right.
that I've occurred through the years in my life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Through growing up. And a lot of misinformed information I got when I was younger, man. A lot of misinformed information. Created a lot of bad defects. You know, when it come to dating, when it come to getting a job, when it come to, you know, being friends with people.
Right.
You know, I learned a lot of manipulation and conning type of ways when I really look at it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And humility kinds to snap you back, you know, into a better state of being, man, and a more calm way of living, man, where things don't so much bend you out of shape like they used to,
Right.
you know, or as quick as they used to. You know, you're not bent out of shape, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
in that manner, man. You know,
So you know, we're just gonna continue on to try to learn some stuff. You know, because what this thing is all about, it's about just living, man. You know, because I practice these principles in all my affairs.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I practice humility, where I try to continue to understand that where I came from. You know, you had said something earlier that took me back and stuff. You know, because all the stuff that we learned real early on, a lot of misinformed information.
Right.
You know, the street life and stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I stopped living like that. You know what I'm saying? That was the first form of humility for me. You know, that I'll get you before you get me attitude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff. You know, I don't have to practice dishonesty and stuff. You know, I learned how to practice a little honesty. You know, and I'm not gonna be so honest that I'm gonna hurt somebody with my honesty.
Or
but
hurt yourself.
Yeah, or hurt
You know what
myself.
I'm saying?
Right. But I don't have to practice dishonesty. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason.
A good example of that, like you said, practicing honesty is the man and his wife and involving somebody else.
Right.
You know
Right.
how they give that example.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good example of not hurting myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Through
You talk.
honesty.
Yeah. You talking about if I might have had a relationship with a guy's wife and stuff. I can't go to this man and tell him that I'd have had relations with his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I just want to be honest with you, man. I
can't do that.
Slept with your wife.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. You just
you know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
you know, that's the type of honesty that'll get you killed.
Yeah.
You know.
So we just, this is kind of stuff that
And that's just one example.
Right.
Because you can't come to me and say, well, man, I'm the one that stole the TV out your house.
Yeah.
Because that type of stuff will get you killed. Yeah.
It's just another way of living. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When I maybe felt that I didn't deserve something. You know what I'm saying? Or I would try to not take responsibilities of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So these are the kind of things that will bring about humility.
Right.
You know.
Right. And when we looked at the video that we did on self-appraisal, we have to look at, in that, we seen a lot of defects of character, man. Right. We seen a lot of areas when we looked at inventory. Mm-hmm. We seen a lot of areas where we were defective, man. And these things just don't work because, not all defects are bad.
No.
But the ones that cause me harm are the ones that I need to try to rid myself of. Yeah. I need to work with a God of my understanding, a spiritual advisor, something to the extent of that measure to learn how to stop doing these things. Like if I just lie all the time, man, like for no reason, man, you just gotta find a way to cut that out, man, because you become unbelievable. Yeah. When you first walk up to a person, first thing they say, here come that lima, and they don't believe you from the door. I mean, it's like the boy that cried wolf. You be sincerely sitting there, well, man, I did, and they sitting there like, yeah.
No, you ain't did nothing.
Yeah. I mean, you might have really had, but you practice lying so much, it's hard for them to believe you, man.
Yeah.
And I believe you can come back from any shortcoming, any defect of character, man. You just have to sustain a type of life, a type of living that's consistent or not lying.
Yeah. And then the improvement is that when I fall short and stuff, realize that I fell short and then try to do better.
Right. Admit it to yourself.
Right.
First of all.
That's always the main thing.
The main thing is
to admit it to self. Yeah. But one thing I learned is the easiest way to do this. Okay, since we're talking about honesty and dishonesty, right? Okay. All I got to do is practice honesty. Guess for how long? Guess for how long I got to practice honesty?
Probably like forever.
No. I got to practice honesty just for 124 hours.
And
for
then
124 hours. Because today,
I understand
because
that.
tomorrow gonna be the day. You know what I'm saying?
That. I'm just being facetious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's okay, but that's why it get easier when I realize these things. When I realize I don't have to project 5 and 10 years down the road.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All I got to do is do it today, just for 124 hours. That's it.
There was a man. This story time. There was a man, and I'm talking about the 24 hours you're talking about, practicing honesty.
Right.
There was a man who was going before the judge to be sentenced. And the judge told the man that he had to do life. Life in prison. That man said, "Oh, Your Honor, Jesus God, I can't do life. I can't do life."
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
The judge looked over at the man and he said, "Sir, then can you do one day?" And the man, kind of wiped his eyes and,
tears
you know
dried
what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Tears dried up there.
He said, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." He looked at his lawyer. "Yes, sir, Your Honor. I can do one day."
Yeah.
And the judge said, "Okay, sir, just do one day at a time for the rest of your life."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's simple.
It's that simple. And that's what he's saying about practicing honesty. Just one day at a time, man. It all gets better, man.
Or whatever it is.
Whatever to be. I got ready to say that. Because all the funky behaviors we had, man, prior to getting here,
Yeah.
prior to this point in life,
Oh yeah.
and still got
Yeah.
some now.
Yeah.
They're workable
Sure.
from the cradle to the grave, man.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
workable.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and we'll always have something to work on, because once you don't have anything to work on, you know, complacency, arrogance, all that stuff step in, then you think you're better than you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so when we look at defects of character, I always say, man, it's not so much the defects of character as much as it is. Now here go one of them little twisted things, but I really mean this. As much as it is that your defects need character. See, when you take the character out the defect, that's what make it defective. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean by that? If somebody was
defects is basically
no,
human traits.
right. But what I'm saying, if somebody spilled some milk, little cup of milk like this, it fell off the table and fell onto the floor, and you the parent, and you look down there and you like, God dog it, John, God, you done spilled the milk. You didn't, you know, see, that's a defect that has no character. You know, it's out of, you know what I'm saying? It's out of character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing wrong with spilling milk. You just pick it up. Or I'm saying there's nothing wrong with being angry or being upset. It's when you take it out of character. Mm-hmm. Then it looks like that. Oh, Johnny, it looks like that. You know? So that's what I mean by that our defects, you know, just need character, man. Because there's nothing wrong with sex, man. You know? But there is something wrong with it when you got to have it all the time. Porn all the time, buying prostitutes, you know, masturbating, you know, doing, you know,
when
you
take it to the
you take it too far to the extreme, you know. So these are defects that have no character. You know what I'm saying? So when you take the character out of them, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes them wholeheartedly defective. You know, it's just like they say, you got a car with 3 flat tires. You know?
Mm-hmm. It don't really ride too good when you do it.
And then the defect, you know, that's the defect.
Yeah.
You know? And then the shortcoming is you get in the car, now you're trying to drive the doggone car.
Yeah. Knowing you on 1 flat.
Yeah. Knowing you got 3 flats.
3 flats. And 1 good wheel.
Yeah, and 1 good wheel.
Yeah, that's great.
You know? And that's that's us a lot of times in our life. We're on 3 flats. Got 1 good wheel. You know? But see, this is the point. Nowadays, I see the 3 bad wheels, you know. So just humble myself, get out, you know, and get these 3 tires fixed, so I could go on down the road.
Yeah,
you know, instead of people like it's easy. It's easier.
Yeah,
that way, man.
Yeah, it's
so this is just what we're talking about. You know, defects of character, man. Mm-hmm. You know, where we can and will be defective in our life, and we all have them, man. You know, I'm no different than anybody, man. I'm full of defects, man. You know. And on a daily basis, man, I try to talk to other people, God of my understanding, and mentors, and friends, and you know, I talk to them about my defects, man. You know, and they can't fix them. You know, only one can do something about them is me. But it's the information that I get to learn how to do something about them.
Yeah, you know, I'm just sitting here thinking that you know, all these is basically human characteristics and stuff. We all have them and stuff. Some people might call them God-given instincts and stuff. You know, like when you was talking about sex. Sex is a God-given instinct. You know, but when they get out of whack, that's when they turn into lust. That's when you talked about how go out and buying prostitutes. Got to have it all the time and stuff. There's something going on inside. Why? See, I really need to always know and understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because
help somebody.
Yeah. Because here's the thing and stuff. As we look at defects and shortcomings, right? Mm-hmm. We really need to understand that it's only one person that can remove them. I don't care what you want to call it, God, Buddha, or whatever. It got to be a power greater than me to relieve me or to balance these defects where I can live with them and they won't harm other people. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. So what I'm talking about is that when these things get to a point and stuff, and we talked about the self-appraisal, when I did my self-appraisal, right? And I seen where my defects had harmed others and stuff. The humility is realizing that it ain't nothing that they did. I need to stop looking at what other people done.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? I need to start looking at the part I played in it. Because that's when humility really steps in.
That's cold, man.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's the part that is hard for people to do.
Right.
We always want to look at somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if we look deep, but the thing is, man, you can't even look deep if you don't know how.
Yeah.
You gotta know how. There's a method to it. There's a method to the madness, man.
Yeah.
And when you come to your own understanding that something is wrong, and you want to make it right, and they give you a remedy to make it right, you'll take the remedy.
Yeah.
When you come into your own. But when you don't come into your own, you make reasons for why something is a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because when I used to drink, hey, you got to die from something. Man, everybody drink. Everybody get it.
Yeah.
Everybody drinking.
Yeah.
Everybody doing it. No, they ain't.
Right.
No, they ain't.
That's the key right
Everybody doing it because the world you live in, everybody doing it.
Right.
But there's people outside of that world,
Yeah.
that ain't doing that, man.
Yeah. And everybody ain't stealing. Everybody ain't lusting.
Right.
Everybody ain't cheating.
But you would tell yourself they are.
But
it make you feel confident.
Right. It's and like you say, 90% of it is because of the environment that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? And the other 10% is that I don't want to look at me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that I need to look at when I want to get to a point that I want to start living a better life. Certain people will go and see professional people to show them some of their faults, because the blinders be on so thickly I can't see it without some help to see it. You know what I'm saying?
And that professional part, I just want to say, is just hard for a certain group of people.
Yeah.
A certain ethnic group of people.
Right.
Man, I ain't going to see. I ain't crazy.
They don't believe it.
That ain't got nothing to do with being crazy.
It
Matter of fact, it's pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
To understand that you might need to do that.
Right. To show you your own self.
Yeah, because they ain't showing you. When you go in there and you sit down and you start talking, you start seeing you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because mostly what professional people do is allow you to talk your answers out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk yourself into good understanding about yourself.
Yeah, but it take work though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It take work, it take dedication, take commitment, and it take perseverance.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
take all that.
I got to have it. I listen to it and read a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff that I listen to, read, and study on, I can always see me. I can always see me. That's why I do what I do.
Well, that's a person. That's a person who looks at themselves. See, you have 80% of people in society who looks outside of themselves.
Right.
It's everybody else's fault.
Always somebody else's fault.
But even if it's somebody else's fault, you play a part.
Sure.
If you just fix your part,
everything gonna be all right.
Yeah. The other part will fall in place.
Yeah. That's where the humility come in at.
Yeah.
When I begin to look at my part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, humility is also about realizing my own humanness. And we talked about this earlier, about realizing my own humanness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And realizing other people being human too. Right. That my faults, you got faults too. The other person got faults too. So when I realize that other people got faults, then I can be gaining a little bit more humility. Because I'm not trying to judge nobody. I ain't trying to be put up on the pedestal, because I understand my own humanity. You know what I'm saying? And see, for a long time, I had no idea about humanity. Treating people as human. Because at one point, when I came here, I was at a animalistic state. You know what I'm saying?
And lived on that level.
Yeah. Most dope fiends and alcoholics is like that though. When they first come in. You know what I'm saying?
Most people with addictions.
Right.
You know, they've brought themselves to the lowest
yeah,
of the low.
yeah.
We drag
Yeah.
ourselves in here sometimes, slither in.
Oh yeah.
Because we greasy.
Oh yeah. Because we couldn't see our own inhumane and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I thought, and I'm cutting in on you, but I'm saying, I thought my mother did me some grave harm when I asked her for money and she wouldn't give it to me. You know, when I asked my buddy, you know, let me get one of them beers and he wouldn't give it to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really thought these people were just not good for me. They just wasn't good friends. They just wasn't, when I asked for something or when I wanted something and they wouldn't give me, man.
Yeah, what you wanted.
Yeah.
Can you see the selfish and self-centered in that now? You know
Now
what
I
I'm
can.
saying? Yeah.
But
of course you couldn't
you
see
know,
it then.
it was
You know what I'm saying?
that life is about selfishness and self-centered.
But
what I can get.
Oh yeah, because if I can kind of manipulate, I'm all right now.
And if
You know
you're
what I'm
there
saying?
now, if you feel this way now, just measure where you are now. Because if you've been practicing a cleaner life and practicing principles to live a different way, but you're subjected to some of these very feelings of selfishness and self-centeredness, you know, because selfishness and self-centeredness, those are things that will soon slip away, you know. But if they're slipping away slowly, that just shows how much you're holding on to. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're practicing this way of life, this stuff will move.
Oh yeah. In time it will.
Yeah, it's in time, but it'll move. Because I'm saying, when I look at where I am now, I'm just saying, I say the disease is diabolical. But I was a very diabolical type of dude, man. Not fit for society at all, man. At all. You know? Heck, I'm still not, oh man, shoot. You know. Society has got me so bad, man. And Newark, I'm probably still, listen. When I left Newark, New Jersey, and this type of crackhead I was. When I left Newark, New Jersey, listen to me, the crime rate went down. When I left there, man. That's how bad I was. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's people there right now, they don't care if I'm clean. No. They don't care about that.
No.
They would shoot me on sight. But that's why I don't go there. That's why I don't go up there either. If I go up there, I know where I'm going to, who I'm hanging out with, and I'm out of there.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's life don't change.
Yeah.
You know, even though I would think if some of those are still in the lifestyle right now, some of them are dead and gone anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Because that lifestyle just don't last that long. You don't retire from that.
Yeah.
In the penthouse. Not there, you know.
Yeah.
You might retire from that in a penitentiary house. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be your penthouse.
Yeah, that'd be your penthouse. That one room, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know, but these principles work in every area. I really just don't want to just sing it off to addiction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With
I stand corrected on that. Absolutely.
You know, because people is going through a whole lot of stuff in a lot of different areas that these principles, if they practice them, will help them.
Right.
You know
this
what
for
I'm
the
saying?
church people.
Right.
It's for the cement mason.
Yeah.
You know, this for the bartender.
The Catholic, the Protestant, the Buddhist.
The cab driver.
Whoever. Right.
You know,
right. This is for
you name
everybody.
the religions, I name the people, but we could go on and on because the list is forever.
Yeah.
If you're human, you fit the list, man. Because it's like Progresso soup. You got it too. It's in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's in there. You in there. You part of the soup, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we just give you these principles and talk about these principles subjective of life that they'll change you too, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you practice them.
Yeah. See, humility, honesty, faith, hope,
brotherly love.
Yeah.
Service
to other
most of
people
all
and stuff.
service.
Oh
man.
yeah. Service is really the key.
Yeah,
but we're gonna get into that way down the road though.
Yeah.
You know, but service is really the key.
Well, service is an example of us sitting here right now.
Right.
You know, this is our time and energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I took off work today. You know, I make $1 million every 4 minutes on my job. But I decided to sit here instead of making a few $1 million today.
So basically,
basically
what you're saying is basically what you're saying is that it's more important to help somebody else than making money. We all need money.
I wanted to see if they can.
Yeah, they called it. I wasn't gonna say that.
Really, I
wasn't gonna say
I thought you was just gonna stop talking and say, you just gonna sit there in front of the mic like this.
I was gonna let it
look
go
straight ahead and just tell that lie like that.
Yeah, I was gonna let it go.
Brother, you wouldn't be on nothing if you was making $3 million.
I was gonna let it go. Basil, I was gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing is that when we talk about this thing is for everybody, you know what I'm saying? See, because what we realize is that we all are human. You know what I'm saying? And the most important thing that another human being can do for another human being is to recognize that they deserve the respect, the dignity, and the love as every other human being. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So
That's
why.
That's in Denzel Washington's voice.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
man.
That's why we here. That's why we trying to share certain principles that we have learned and that we try to practice on a daily basis that have helped us to become better human beings. You know, because I can honestly say before I started practicing these principles, I didn't really care about nobody but me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was always number one in my own eyesight. You know, so I would do whatever I had to do to get whatever I wanted. You know, but it's not like that today because I have begun to practice certain principles. You know what I'm saying? I begin to practice the principle of honesty. You know, the principle of acceptance. You know, the principle of surrender. So when we talk about humility and allowing a power greater than me to relieve me of some of these defects of characters and stuff, now I'm talking about a deeper part of my surrendering now, you know, than I did when I came to believe in a power. Yeah. You know, because I surrendered that when I said that I cannot relieve my own insanity of the addiction. You know what I'm talking about? Of the obsession, of using. So when I surrendered that,
on your own willpower,
on my own willpower,
you couldn't stop.
No, willpower was a I'm trying to find the word.
A misconception?
No.
I'm saying in the sense how people say, man, you know, like they think you can will yourself to stop.
Right.
I'm saying in that sense, that's not what you're saying.
No.
Yeah, but you've heard people say
that.
Oh
yeah. People say that.
You just need
about
to think. You just
about a whole lot of stuff.
What?
You know. Yeah.
If it was that easy,
yeah.
I thought about not doing this a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, it just take willpower.
Yeah.
Use willpower. Willpower is not nowhere near what I needed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And in a lot of other areas, it's nowhere near what I needed. Right.
When you bring your willpower up against an enemy like this.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or whatever drives you.
Yeah. All of y'all experienced it. You know, things that you just can't lay down.
Yeah.
You want to stop,
but you're
can't. Trying to stop. You just lay the cigarette down. Some of y'all just don't. Y'all quit 1,000 times. You know, but sheer willpower will not do it for you.
It won't fit the bill.
You know, it's going to take something inside. It's going to take something you see. It's going to take a reason to stop. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you do.
Sure.
You know,
and sometimes we fall short. You know
what made me pause about that, because when I think about addictions, man, like it is known that the number one addiction worldwide is smoking cigarettes.
I believe that.
You know,
I believe that.
People can stop a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But stop. And when I came in to the room, you know, I used to smoke. But I didn't want to smoke or drink coffee because that's all they did in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just smoked and drink coffee, man.
Yeah.
And one day I was sitting on the porch. I never forget, I was sitting out on the porch and it was cold out and I had a pencil for whatever reason. And I had did like that, you know, like
you
smoke. And well, I had blew the smoke out and it was cold.
Okay.
And all came out was smoke. Not cigarette smoke, but smoke.
Right.
And I logically was telling myself, what was I getting out of it? Like, I'm not getting anything out of this.
Right.
I'm just getting some nicotine, possibility for cancer, lung cancer, anything.
Right.
I said, that's what I'm getting as a result of this. Like, it's not adding to me. It's not giving me anything. So I logically kind of talked myself out of not smoking. I mean, that ain't all that happened. At the time, you know, the person I was with had some Nicorettes, and I had took it and chewed one of them. And I don't know how they supposed to work and all that. I know how they work for me. But it was the last time I smoked. I had chewed that Nicorette, and I think about an hour later, I went to smoke a cigarette. And it had the most horrible taste I've ever tasted in my life.
That probably was the
So I didn't know was that going to be the taste every time I smoked one, but I knew.
You didn't like that taste?
I didn't like that taste, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from that day to this day, man, that was 1994, August the 15th, on my son's birthday.
Some people can stop doing stuff. Some people have to gradually stop doing stuff. Some people stop stuff and go back. Stop stuff and go back. So that's why I talked about the humanity of this thing.
Yeah.
You know, if a person can stop, thank God. Thank God they can stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If a person have to go through this road to stop, thank God that's what they have to do. If a person have to stop, go back, finally stop, thank God. You know what I'm saying?
Because it takes what it
It takes what it takes, man, for whoever. You know, everybody don't go through the same thing.
And I'm glad
You know
you
what I'm
said that.
Yeah.
Because we're not trying to give you a method of how you stop. Well, I guess I'm saying we're not really trying to tell you how you stop. We're actually really just giving methods of how you can if you possibly wanted to practice certain principles.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because here's the thing is that when a person realizes that something is not working, and then they'll try something else that begin to work and stuff, and they can see improvement of their own lives, you know, and then they will continue to practice that, you know. They will continue to practice that because what will begin to happen is that a person begin to feel their own self-worth, their own goodness and stuff, you know. That's why when people begin to enjoy something, like working out, you know, people that enjoy working out, that's what they live for. They live to work out because they see the benefits in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And all we trying to do is to show you the benefits of these principles.
Yeah.
You know, when
And
you
they do
begin to
have
practice
benefits.
this thing, man, you know what
That's
I'm saying?
good, man.
Yeah, but it's real though. And we always say, just keep it simple, you know, and stuff, you know. So when we come up with an idea and stuff, if we can give you an ideal, a simple ideal on how certain things work for certain people and stuff, you just have to find out what works for you.
Right.
And these principles work for everybody, no matter where you at, what you do, whatever.
You got to put in the work, though.
Yeah, it takes
the old saying, osmosis won't fit the bill for you.
No.
You know,
No.
It take work now.
Sure.
You got to put in work.
Yeah.
And it's sacrifice. It's like you
yeah.
said, it's dedication.
Sure.
All that stuff is in it, man. And you feel it when you're trying to change something.
Yeah.
You know, because I always said, you know, and I said once before, change isn't change until you change.
Right.
But it takes work, man. You have to, I didn't just stop a lot of the things I did. I fought.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
left claw marks,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
after I stopped, the benefit
Behind
outweighed.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
all of it. But some of it I look back and say, shoot, still it was worth the fight. You know, because I held on a little longer, got a little quote unquote pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
You know, but finally let it go, man.
Yeah.
You know, and as you get older, man, heck, man, I'm 1 year away from 60, man. You know, and you look at how long am I gonna keep doing this? You know, even behaviors that I got now.
Yeah.
How long am I gonna keep living like that? How long am I gonna keep? You know, because it's an ongoing thing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
When I
The
rid
process never
myself,
stops. The process never stops.
yeah, I rid myself of
One
this
thing.
defect or this, you know, now another one cropped
Oh, yeah.
up. I
Yeah.
guess it's like, okay, now work on this one. All right, and you work on that one. You work on that one, and you start to move on that. Now, work on this one. You know, but at least it ain't like, here, work on all of these.
Right.
Because
Right.
it'll
'Cause you can't-
overwhelm you.
You can't work
You know?
on all of them
Yeah.
at one time.
And if
know,
you
just
try,
pick
it'll
one.
just overwhelm you.
Yeah. You pick one and stuff, and you work on that one. And when you get that one, you pick another, and you work on that one. It's all about growth, man. You know, I
But
always.
that's how you measure your growth.
Sure.
As you hurdle
Sure.
those
Yeah.
defects.
Right.
As you get over one. And as you get over, you know, even though they keep coming, but at least you begin to understand what it takes to get over them.
And I don't beat myself up and stuff when I take 2 steps forward and I get pushed back 1
Or you
step.
fall over the hurdle.
You know what
go
I'm
to
saying?
jump and you fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I just keep moving and realize that the process is continuing. You
Right.
know, and that's all it's about. It's about a process. And I always say that and I'm a firm believer that the more that I understand and the more knowledge I get, the more wisdom become. You know what I'm saying? So
That's fact.
you know, so when I continue to do these things, you know, I can always, because I was listening to you talk about the cigarettes and stuff, and we talked about the willpower. You know, my mom always say, all you need is willpower. I say, when I get ready to stop, I'll stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand that she don't understand that willpower is no good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The willpower alone.
Willpower by itself,
insufficient.
no,
Yeah.
it don't fit the bill. You know, so when she say that, I understand that she honestly believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because she just stopped. When cigarettes was 75 cents, that was way back against God knows when. You know, she stopped. That was it. That was, she no more. You know what I'm saying?
She would have never bought a pack today.
No,
but
no.
If she quit at 75 cents.
When cigarettes went up to 75 cents, she stopped.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no problem for her.
She know how much they are now, though.
Oh, yeah. When I tell her cigarettes is like $8 and something now, she said, you got to be crazy.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Really?
Almost $9, man. Yeah.
What?
And the only reason I'm talking about cigarettes because I smoke.
Hold up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Almost $9.
Cigarettes is $8 and 50-something cents, depends on where you go. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is that everything have went up and stuff. So when you stop, I don't know how much it was when you stopped.
They was $3 and something, man.
So look at the time that went on and stuff, you know. So yeah, man, it just
$3 and something going to $4. I said, they ain't paying $4 for no pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
But if I would have paid it if I wouldn't have stopped.
If you wouldn't have
we
stopped,
always
what-
say what we
yeah.
ain't gonna do, but
Yeah.
but if you smoke, you gonna pay $15 a pack.
you gonna pay whatever the price is, you know.
But when I look at I don't want to.
But we talk about
I was
humility,
gonna talk
though.
about vaping. I was gonna, but I don't want to promote one
No,
over the other.
no,
I
that
got
ain't.
ready,
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
ready to say.
yeah, that ain't why we
man.
here though.
Yeah,
you know?
nah.
No, that ain't why we here.
Nah.
You know, but we expand on some stuff in our own lives and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, if you ain't never vape, you don't want to tell nobody else to vape or stop vaping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People
I
got to
vape.
come to their own stuff. You know, yeah.
I mean, not
you know.
physically, but I, that's the coolest thing in the world. Every time in
Yeah,
my
but-
dream, I'm always vaping.
Oh, in your dream?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a whole
Yeah.
different story there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a whole different story. Yeah, that's a
Man.
whole different story. We're gonna talk about your dreams on the next one. Yeah, we'll talk about your dreams on the next one. Yeah.
Hey, hey,
But,
hey,
yeah.
hope that dream don't come true.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You know, so
Nah, but being honest, man, I just bought my wife a vape, right?
really?
Yeah, and I was like, man, that's cool. Now I'm telling myself, see that ain't smoking though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm convincing myself it's smoking, right?
Mhm.
But I'm like, well, that ain't smoking. That ain't like nicotine and when I said that ain't nicotine and stuff, the dude was getting the juice for it.
Mhm.
He said, you want the one with the nicotine? I want the nicotine,
what?
right?
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I guess it is nicotine.
Yeah,
too.
but the medical profession say it's worse than smoking. Cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's what the medical profession say.
Now,
You know what I'm
now,
saying?
now I'm gonna cut in and say, okay, I want to revisit that though and talk about vaping. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you want to do
just
it,
a little, it's just information, man.
let's not do it now. But
not now.
if you
Not
want
now.
to do it,
because
we'll go into
I
some
was
stuff.
talking about a thing about. See, we keep saying we ain't out, and I'm going into it a little more because
Y'all just hang in there for a few
there's
more
something that they said medically some years ago, and now just like everything gets better or it gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's just like with vaping. They was talking about the metals and this and this and that was in them. And then they find ways of extracting more stuff and making it more milder, more, with different type of things you use. Back then, it was how they were made. Now, they make them different filters, all this stuff like that. But y'all that vape know what I'm talking about. I'm not a vapor. I'm not a smoker. So I'm going to go back to what he said about 2 or 3 minutes ago. I ain't going to say I'm going to stay out of it because I done jumped all in it, man. But I'm going to leave it alone and we'll just continue on, man. Well, anyway, humility
Thank you.
in the state of
Yeah.
being, you know what I'm saying, is just a choice, a practice for you, man. In order to become humble, in order, to understand humility, it's a thing that you just have to practice, man. And we were here saying what we were saying just to try to bring that simple, short type of simplistic information to you about humility, because you can't, it says, when you look at humility, it says humility is the thing that separates the men from the boys, because it's not an easy thing to practice.
Right. Right.
Everybody want to act like they have it, until somebody say the wrong thing to them and they blow up. Now, if you blow up easy, you ain't got no humility. You got very little bit of substance of humility. If it takes more for you to blow up, then it shows that you have more humility. I think that's kind of safe to say, or would that be not really?
No. When you talk about separate the boy from the man, that means you got to put your big boy pants on.
Right, but I'm saying that to say that when it comes to humility, like, I may be able to stand firm without blowing up, without cursing you out, without, this, because I allow you your space. I allow what you think is what you think. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that rubs me the wrong way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The quicker I blow up, you don't think that shows the more lack of humility than it would show humility?
I'm not sure. I never really
but when
looked
we
at that in that
right. But
in,
when we
in
say
that area,
when we look at humility and we say what humility is,
mm-hmm.
then let me pull the definition up again.
Go ahead, pull it up. Well, I never looked at it in that point of view or in that area, So I can't really say, but I do know that it takes a lot in a person to require humility.
Well, it says, remember we said it says freedom from pride. Mm-hmm. So if I'm not prideful, mm-hmm. if I'm not arrogant, mm-hmm. arrogance is a state of what I got to say is more important than what somebody else has to say, or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. All that type of stuff is arrogant. So when you're boasting, or the quality of state of being humble, when you're boasting or you got to be this and all of that, and I don't have to do that with you, mm-hmm. It shows a strong state of humility within me.
Okay.
Other than within the other person. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying, the measure of it, or the state of humility.
I got you.
That someone is standing in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Here it is. Every time I say something to you, blowing up. Mm-hmm. Every time, we're cool. Well, man, this and this and that. Well, bro, if you, man, this is, mm-hmm. like if
that person don't have no humility.
You're blowing up all the time, man. Yeah. Or they have like a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like they don't, because I think we all, there's a bit of bad
bit of
in
good
the best of us.
Right.
And a bit of good in the worst of us.
Right.
So I think we all have a little bit, but it's how much of a measure of it that you have. Because there's certain people that you'll just say, man, that brother got a lot of humility. Just because you know him. Mm-hmm. And you've seen him in action. You seen him in a 12-step meeting, or you seen him in one of them 12-step committee things. Like they do their conventions and all that stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And this brother, everybody going back and forth. Oh, man, listen, everybody trying to make a point. Everybody trying to, and you ain't got to do that.
Right.
Because this is the point I'm making. I was in the, I was on the convention committee.
Okay.
Right? So I wanted 6 main speakers.
Mm-hmm. I think you told this story.
The convention says, I just told it to you. I ain't tell it to them.
Oh, okay.
So the convention committee says that you could only have 2 or something like that. But they said that.
Right.
It was never in the policy.
Right.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said I was going to have 6 speakers, they said, bro, you can't do that. And everybody, they started saying all that. And I'm sitting there. Mm-hmm. Just, as I said, just as humble. In this case, as a lamb. Because a young lady had told me, when you go and they say so-and-so, just ask them, show me in the policy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
they couldn't show you in the policy.
I just got quiet, and when they got through, I said, well, show me where it say that in the policy.
Right.
They couldn't show me.
Right.
But they wanted to supersede the policy. Nah, we just, look, bro, you got to show me in the policy, because the policy is what rules whether we do this stuff or not.
Right.
It ain't just, and that's what we said when we was talking about the old timers. You can get so complacent from being on those committees and stuff so long that you just think, because you throw it out there, oh, that's what we got.
That's
nah,
fact.
bro.
Yeah.
I had 6 speakers, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They see the policy says they pay for 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it said.
Right.
The
Right.
Friday night and the Saturday night,
Yeah.
and they did that. But the other ones came in like a buddy. I know, hey, bro, you'll come. They just came in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that to say that when it comes to humility, when it comes to that, you know, it was in that sense just me knowing the rules.
Right. Right.
And it showed
Right.
how out of place they were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Right.
a lack of humility.
Right.
Because they stand on arrogance. We're just not doing that. Huh? Cause Tommy, cause you said that, Tommy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not the committee. The committee, you know, the tradition says that you just play a small part of a great whole. You're not the committee.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was an incident like that. And these are things when you talk about humility and practicing it, it's understanding the rules or the rules of it. You know, humility has rules of engagement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me, I just choose to engage as less as possible.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know,
Right.
but I do like a good debate.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
but I do that in a state of humility because debating has its place too. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. It has its place, but where is its place though?
Well, it's, you know, one person has a point, they talk their point, and then you talk your point.
Okay.
You know, it has rules, you know, of engagement when you debate. You know what I'm saying? But our argument don't have any rules.
Yeah.
It's just me trying to force what I'm saying over what you're saying.
Right.
You know,
But
who can talk the loudest or who can manipulate the person
Right.
the
But
most.
spiritual principles is not debatable though.
No, not
You know what I'm
spiritual
saying?
principle.
Yeah. Humility.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Humility is not debatable. You know, it's really it's just not.
Did I say it was debatable?
No. I'm just saying because
I thought I had to
talking
rewind.
about
I said, did I say it was-
because we're talking about.
I
Humility.
mean, what you're saying
You know
is
what I'm
true,
saying?
so I want to make sure I didn't say it.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No. You didn't say it. Only thing I'm trying to say is that spiritual principle is not debatable and stuff because they is what they are. They are, and that's just the bottom line. You know, now we do have spiritual principles. It's flipped from good to bad.
Right.
That's just like the defects. You know, because the defects is basically human traits and stuff. And you said it earlier that about the sex and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sex, and I said this one before, and I'm gonna repeat it again. Sex is a God-given instinct. It's a human trait. You know, it's just that when I take that and I misuse and mistreat people for my own selfish and self-centered needs for it, that's when it becomes a defect of character.
Like a man raping
You know what
a
I'm
woman.
saying? Yeah.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that we talking about and stuff about the defects and stuff and the humility that comes with it. That if I took the sex and I mistreated and misused or raped somebody, you know what I'm saying? I need to own up to my wrong now.
Right.
You know. Yeah. I have
I'm
to
saying
own up to
in
my
order
wrong.
to fix the defect
Right.
or to start doing something about it, whatever it is, even when we talked about honesty and then we talked about open-minded and willingness, all of these things starts with the ticket of admission.
Yeah.
You have to make that admission in order for it to get right, man. You can't just make a broken, if something is broke, you can't make it right with it
being broke.
I guess I'm trying to say, you know, it's broke, but if you know how to fix it, it's just like if you dropped a pitcher and it broke in 3 big pieces. You know, you could take some glue and you can put them pieces together, but you know it takes glue to put them together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the same thing. When you know what it takes to fix it, then you get the glue.
Yeah.
You know, if it's your relationship, if you know that you did a wrong, then you say the thing to fix it.
You got to own up to it.
Yeah, you gotta term. That's a good term. You gotta own up
to it.
You know, to fix it. You know, when you did something on your job, and they thinking about letting you go. See, you can go in there and talk to the boss, and you can own up to it. Heck, they thinking about letting you go anyway. Own up to it and see what you can do to fix it. I just want to fix it. I want my job. I like it. You know, blah blah blah. I don't know what it. You know, it's different in different things. You know, it takes different things.
But the key
you
is to
have
own
to
up to
own
it.
it.
Right. Right. That's the key.
I'm
is to
just
own up
beating
to
that.
it. Yeah.
Because I thought that was a powerful point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
The
have
key is
to own up to it.
Yeah. You got to call the demon
But
what
that's
it
the
is,
thing
though,
that's
man.
hard, though. That's the
well,
thing that's hard for. We don't want to own. We don't want to own our own.
Yeah. That's why
you say
we
that
talk
word
about
because I don't say that stuff. But you don't want to own your own.
Your own shit.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't want to own. You don't want to own that, man.
That's why I start with honesty,
though.
though.
You want to sell it to somebody else.
Yeah. That's why I start with honesty.
Yeah.
The beginning, before you get to humility and stuff, you got to start with honesty, and it's here. Honesty is here. Humility is here.
And
so we got to work our way to.
See all them bounces?
Yeah.
Is honesty coming with you. Each principle down the road, you bring honesty with you.
Yeah.
You know? Because you have to address all of these things from true facts.
Right. Right.
You know, you can't, you know, it's no longer fiction. It's no longer fantasy.
Yeah.
It's no longer that anecdote or that, you know,
own your own stuff.
Of fantasy.
Yeah.
You gotta
own your own stuff, man. Yeah. Yeah. And this is when we get to the humility and stuff. When we begin to own our own stuff.
That's why we're telling y'all, you gotta subscribe. Own your own stuff, man. Yeah. You know you like the channel.
Yeah.
You know you like listening to us. So you gotta subscribe.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta hit the like button.
Yeah.
You know you like us.
Yeah. Ring the damn bell.
Ring the bell. You know you want to know when we come on, man. Own your own stuff, man.
Real simple.
You know,
Real
man.
simple, man.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah.
Get some humility, man. Stop acting like you don't, man. Y'all know we just playing with you, man. Just a little humor. We just enjoy being here with y'all, man.
Yeah, we always grateful that y'all allow us to come in and stuff.
Man, I think today, man, it was a good talk, man. You know, and we're gonna revisit some of these things over and over. You know, a little bit more information to come out about it.
Always.
You know,
always.
We'll put it on out there, man.
Yeah.
But just with this episode, I think we squeezed the.
We squeezed a lot
of the water out the rag, man.
Yeah,
you know
we squeezed a lot of toothpaste out the tube.
Yeah, we started, you know how you
rolling it up.
Yeah, I like that, man. We started rolling up the toothpaste, man. We're trying to get it all out of there, man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But just don't forget, man, you know, we'll be here next week, man, with another topic.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Y'all come on out and see us, man. You got anything?
We're going to holler. We're going to holler, man.
I'll holler.
Yeah.
All right. You out, Coon?
I'm out.
Did you do your salute or did I miss it? We out of there.
Yeah.